We love doing unit studies for geography. We've been doing unit studies for a few years. There was one year where we did something different for a little while and it was fine, but it wasn't as great as this. So this is what I'm going to be sticking with, at least for this season of our lives, where we pick a country, we dive deep, and my sons have enjoyed it. They remember the information that they've learned as we're out and about through life. They're like, oh, that's from this country, or remember when we did this, when do we get to do that again? So just that it's like integrated right into the way that they see the world has been so great and special. And so I have this page that I'll put together with pictures from the country that we're studying. We have passports that we use, and then lots of other resources that we incorporate into it. I'd like to give you a look into my process and what I use. Time for a real page turner. Here's the way that I do our geography as far as unit studies go for different countries. At the beginning of the year, I have them set up their own passport. I get these blank online, and I think this set came from Amazon. I get a picture of them that I print out. They're going to take the picture and add it to this printable that I got for free from Living Life and Learning, and I'll link this down below. But they'll cut out their picture, put it here, and then put their information, and that will put right in the front of the passport. So it looks like the way a passport would be set up. Then as we go through our time studying different countries, that's when we'll add in some of these other things, like these other pages that were included in the Living Life and Learning free printable. They can fill it in on the map where it is, draw the flag, put something interesting that they learned, draw pictures of things that they've seen. I also have these visa pages that they could use. Same thing, the date that we start learning about it, the country we're learning, writing it down, and anything that stands out to them as we go, or these pages here. So these are all just different free resources that I found online for filling it in a more structured way. And then the other pages as we go, they just color, draw, write things out, dictate to me, and have me write out things that stand out to them from that country. So when I'm starting to set up for the country that we're going to be studying, I have here in this binder under my geography tab, first I have the, any extra free printables over here on this side. And then I have written out countries that I would like us to study. And then when I go to do that one, I will write down things about that country that I think that we should know. It might be places to go. It might be people that lived there. It might be a recipe to try, anything like that. So I just write out things that I think are important. And then I take those lists and I go online and I search for pictures or videos, anything that will go along with the list that I've already compiled that I think we should know about that country. I turn those bits of information into this page as well, which I put together and put in this stand that I have in our homeschool area. And then as we talk about the country, I will pull it out, put it on the table so we can look at the pictures as we're talking about the country that we're learning about. The next step I do is go around and pick out resources or purchase online resources that will go along with the country that we're studying. This particular book is the Curious Kids Press Guide to a Country, and these are really good. I bought a whole set of these because they are just so fantastic, great pictures. I will also go through my house though and see if there's other videos or books that relate to the country that we're going to be studying, and I put them all together so that they're quick and easy for us to grab. So when it comes time that we're going to be working on the country for a little bit, I will pull out some of the books or pull up some of the YouTube videos that I found, and of course bring down my page with the information on it, and we will talk about and listen to things about that country. Some of the videos that I like to look up on YouTube are the country's language, so they can hear what it actually sounds like to have people talking in that dialect. There's also sound videos where you can go and visit certain historical places and hear what it would sound like to actually just walk through it. So it's like taking a tour as if you're really there. And I'll link that person's YouTube video down below too, because those have been super helpful. I'd also look up you know, people that are in that country, just interviewing them or seeing how they really live, seeing some of the jobs that they do there, seeing the way that other people live. Maybe on some of the historical figures, like we're doing France next, perhaps we would look up a video about Monet or about some of his artwork. Maybe a tour of the Louvre would be nice. So different things like that that we will look up and watch together. And I think the visual aspect of that is really helpful. Here are some other possible resources that I might pull out when we're studying a certain country. Things like atlases, things that go over different countries in the world. This one is new for this year, Around the World, Letters from Children Across the Nations. So that looked really interesting to me. We haven't done that yet. Science Chef Travels Around the World. Again, sounds really interesting. But we have not tried that yet. Geography Through Art. Another one that I'm excited to try for this year that's new. In Her Kitchen, I have done a video on this one before, where it's grandmas from around the world and what they've made. So that we would incorporate. Here's Passport to the World, which covers different languages. Book of Nations, another one that I've done a video on recently, where it has every country of the world. So you could study the country that you're doing and look at the countries that are around it real quick and just be like, hey, this is what's around them. And another atlas. So I might use some of these. I might use all of them. There are a lot, obviously, so might not use all of them, but at least some of them as we're going through the country. So how long do I study this for? I just go until they can find it on a map. They recognize the name of it. They recognize the flag of it. We've filled out some pages in their passport. Here's an example of last year, my kindergartners' pages here. We used the stickers that we got online to go along with it too. And then they would just draw pictures that go along with the country. Here you can see another example from Tandem's book last year. And here's from my oldest son, Carver's book last year. So each country lasts a different amount of time. It just depends on how busy we've been, how often we get to it, how much there is to study, how many rabbit trails we go down, because they'll ask questions or I'll think of things and we'll watch videos or read books to look things up. Last year we did 3 countries. So, and this year, could be 3, could be 4, could be 2. It just depends on how deep we decide to go into it and how much time that we allot to this. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you find a fun way for your kids to learn geography together with you. Real life is messy and beautiful, and better with books. Hello, Sarah. There, that's more comfy. Countries that last year we did 3 countries. Or was it 4? Russia, Germany, and Brazil. Yeah.